right, so I think I'm on. Yeah. Excellent. Well, that was a smooth start. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to today's AMA. Thanks for joining me. As you know, this week's big news has been that we're not going to be doing KYC on the exchange, and we're also not going to be doing KYC on our Treasury sales. Wait a minute, hold on. I just got to switch this off. I get distracted very easily. Hold on. Quit. There we go. Right. So, yes, this week we've announced we're not doing KYC on the exchange launch, the Mainnet exchange, and we're also not doing KYC on Treasury sales of our token. There's some, a lot of questions about that. Just to go over briefly again what exactly we're going to be doing. We are going to be blocking to US people still. We're going to be doing a blanket US IP block on the website. It's going to check your IP address if you're from America or in America. You're not going to be able to view the website. If you get past that, on the Buy Digitex page, there's going to be a checkbox that says you agree you're not a US citizen, you're not a US resident, you're not physically in the US, and that you agree to all of our terms and conditions, which says we do not allow US people to, view the website, to go to the exchange, to buy tokens. And that's all we can reasonably do. And that's my stance here. We cannot reasonably do more than that. If you make every person in the world, prove that they're not an American, it's just very, very difficult for people to do that. Half of the world can't even do it. Half the world doesn't even have a government-issued ID. They can't prove that, even though they are in fact not American and they're not terrorists. They cannot prove that they're not American and they're not terrorists. And I think that's a very unfair situation. And we're just saying enough is enough. We're doing what we can reasonably do to block Americans. We cannot do more than that, especially when the measures that you're asking us to do will have a serious effect on our business. KYC is a major stumbling point. It's a major friction point in any onboarding process. I believe it's going to have a make or break effect on the business even. So, we can't just go down because we're obeying we're just not going to do it. So that's the situation there. So I may as well get straight to the questions. Let's go to questions here. So first one, when going live without KYC and a huge number of people who might come to the exchange, will it not make for a horrible experience sending them to other exchanges to get Digitex first, provided that, hold on. Yeah, can we put these on documents next time, not on spreadsheets? Provided that the quarterly treasury is empty before launch, how complex and expensive would it be to make a simple Digitex spot market? Right, so this first question, when going live without KYC, won't it make a horrible user experience because we have to send people away from the site to buy Digitex? No, it's the exact opposite. The no KYC user onboarding flow is fucking beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. I love it. Let me just explain to you how it would work with KYC. Someone comes to our exchange. As you know, you need to buy Digitex tokens to use the exchange. So if we've got KYC, then if they're going to buy those tokens from us, the first thing they have to do is KYC. So before they've even managed to place a trade, use our platform, fall in love with it, whatever, we're making them do KYC. How many of those people are going to do that? We're going to lose 90% of them, at least, probably 95%. Or if they don't want to do KYC, then we'll say, well, you have to go off to Mercatox or HitBTC. We have to send them off to another exchange to, start that whole onboarding process, create that account, deposit money into their account, buy Digitex tokens, withdraw them, and then come back to us to carry on with the onboarding process. Horrible, horrible experience. KYC is gonna destroy our business if we follow that onboarding flow. Without KYC, here's what we can do. New user signs up to the platform. The first thing he says, he's just logged in, his new account. You can either deposit Digitex into your trading wallet, or you can deposit Ether into your trading wallet, into the same address. If he's already got Digitex, he deposits it and off he goes. If he doesn't have Digitex, he can deposit Ether directly into his futures exchange, Digitex futures exchange wallet, that will be automatically sent to our Treasury, which will automatically convert that Ether into Digitex at the current CMC rate with no commissions, no slippage, instantly and trustlessly, and then it'll send that Digitex back to his trading account on the Digitex futures exchange where it's ready to be used. One simple Ether payment. He doesn't even have to know how the Treasury works. He doesn't have to know anything about anything. One simple Ether payment from anyone that's just signed up, and they've instantly got Digitex into their account. I mean, we're literally going to have 10 times more users going through this onboarding flow without the KYC than if we have the KYC. This is why I'm saying I believe imposing KYC is going to be, I think the difference between doing KYC and not doing KYC is going to be absolutely massive, massive. We now no longer have to send people away. Now, the other question I hear people say then is, well, what if the Treasury runs out of money? So, yes, the Treasury, we only managed to put 10 million tokens per quarter into the Treasury. That's how we fund ourselves. There's going to be a lot more than that being bought from the Treasury. So what do we do? How do we get around that? Well, it's simple. All these small buyers that now don't have to do KYC or don't have to run off to Mercatox to buy tokens, all those small buyers are buying, 100 tokens, 1,000 Digitex tokens, whatever, from our Treasury each day. We might have 1,000 signups a day. We might have 2,000 signups a day. When that Treasury runs low, I take the Ether that those people are buying tokens with, and I have to send it back to Mercatox, HitBTC, or other exchanges the Digitex token is listed on, to buy more Digitex to put into the Treasury. Then, the next day, more people come along, buy tokens from the Treasury is running low. I take that Ether, send it to the exchanges, buy Digitex to put into the Treasury. So this system very, very efficiently converts whatever demand that we're creating for our, for Digitex through a very smooth onboarding process, through whatever marketing methods we use to get, thousands of signups a day. We're efficiently converting that demand, transferring that demand to the exchanges. So the exchange itself is going to be aggressively, maybe not aggressively, but constantly buying Digitex from the open market in order to provide, to meet the demand that is in the Treasury contract there. So I think it's very, very good for the product. I think it's very, very good for the token. It's all above board. It's all, there's nothing shady going on there. We are openly stating that the money we get into that Treasury contract at certain times will go to the exchanges to buy Digitex tokens, and we're going to be very transparent about that. The payments, the Ether payments, will go straight from the Treasury smart contract to whatever exchange they go to, and the Digitex that are bought will go straight from that exchange to the Treasury smart contract. So you can follow it around all you want. There's nothing being hidden. It's all above board. So I think very, very exciting that whole onboarding process and, the circular kind of buying from the exchange. Remember what effect the circular selling had when we had the affiliate program, or when we had that bonus on the Treasury. The price would just always go down, that slight downward pressure. This slight upward pressure, what do you think slight constant upward pressure is going to be doing to the price? Right then. Next question, will the team publish information of how much Digitex they bought from exchanges at the end of each day for transparency reasons? Yeah, but again, for transparency reasons, the Ether payments are going to be going straight from the Treasury to the exchanges, and then the Digitex are going to be going straight from the exchanges to the Treasury. So it's all you're going to be able to see everything that's going on. Is the Treasury price going to stay above exchange prices so that the team can make money to run the business? No, you don't. The team doesn't need to make money from this, from topping up the Treasury from the exchanges. The team doesn't need to make money from that at all. So the Treasury price, the Digitex Treasury price, is going to be pretty much the CMC price, maybe 0 to 2% above, just so that people buying Digitex from us aren't paying a huge premium. So we'll keep it pretty much at the CMC price. We don't need to make any money on that topping up of tokens. That's just providing demand for the token on the exchanges, which is going to put the price up. We make money from the 10 million tokens a quarter we have to sell in the Treasury, the extra 10 million that the exchange has each quarter to sell. So if the price is going up, everything's hunky-dory. We don't need to make money from the topping up of tokens from the exchanges. Next question, is it possible for authorities to approach AWS? AWS is our server people, Amazon Web Services, and shut down Digitex servers due to non-compliance. Amazon is a US-based service provider and all Digitex servers use AWS Cloud. Firstly, I don't think it's going to get to that. Like I say, we're not being blatant here. We are clearly stating we're close to US people. You go to our homepage, if you're in the US, you're going to get a message that says you can't view this site. When buying tokens, you're going to have to clearly state you are not a US person, you're not in the US, that you've agreed to our terms and conditions. We're also not going to let US people register for accounts or use the exchange. So, are they going to aggressively come after our server providers, our hosting providers, and try to shut us down? I don't think they are. I don't think they've really got that precedent. I would doubt if they did. If they did, there's other server companies in the world. The Digitex is not a US company. It's not marketing to US people. We can easily put our servers, abroad anywhere we want in multiple different places, in jurisdictions that aren't gonna, actively try and shut us down. If they do that, I don't think the US authorities are gonna actively be, approaching our servers trying to shut us down. I don't think we're that much of a threat. Like I say, we're not blatant. I'm not, sticking two fingers up in the air to them. I am trying to be reasonable about this. I'm just saying this is just what we have to do. So that's my. The next question is, Adam, also a US taxpayer, could he be summoned? That's the thing. I am a US citizen. I don't go. This is not something I'm doing lightly. Put it that way. I don't want to particularly go to war with the government that governs, a lot of things about my life. So, I am trying to be reasonable about this. I am trying to do the right thing here. I do want to be able to come back to America at some point. So I'm going to try and do this the right way. I'm just saying the current way of making, everybody in the world prove that they're not an American is unreasonable, and it's unreasonable to expect us to do that. I read on Cointelegraph there will be no fiat currency trading ever. We're never going to have. You're never going to be able to buy fiat currency with, on our exchange. We're just not going to touch fiat, because then you do need KYC. Then, the KYC rules and laws are very clear on, how they relate to the traditional financial system, and you do need to do KYC. That's a matter of law. I'm questioning if that's a matter of law with crypto. So we're just not going to touch fiat. We're going to, the Forex trading, Forex futures that we have later on, they're going to be settled in crypto. That's a different thing. But the actual buying and selling of fiat currency on Digitex, you're not going to be able to do that. Since there will be no KYC, is the limit per person in the Treasury also going to be revoked? Currently there's a 1 million tokens, 1 million Digitex per quarter limit on each person. They can't buy more than that. With no KYC, you can't really enforce that effectively. You could, per address, but someone can just open a new address. So instead of pointless, ineffective rules, we just, it's better just not to have them. So there won't be a limit on the Treasury. Just on the subject of that, you're going to see some transactions going through the Treasury. As you know, the Treasury is a smart contract, which currently has that 1 million per quarter per person system built into it, and it also requires that buying addresses are whitelisted through the KYC system, and we're bypassing that. Now, smart contracts being what they are, you can't change them. So I'm going to have to physically buy 1 million tokens out of the Treasury with 10 different addresses. Over the next day or two, I'm going to have to buy 1 million Digitex from the Treasury 10 different times from 10 different addresses, and then put those tokens into the new sale contract, which does not have the KYC requirements. So that's going to happen in the next day or two. You'll see those payments. It's nothing odd going on. That's why I'm doing that. Next question. Post Mainnet launch, to what extent will Smartdeck contribute to the back office support system? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let me just be very clear about Smartdeck. Smartdeck, I love them to bits. They saved my ass, no doubt. But they are a contractor. Smartdeck are a software programming company. They build software, and that's what they're doing for me. They've got very clear scope of work, and I'm paying them to do that. They are not interested, they've said so, they're not interested in the managing of exchanges or anything like that. They don't have anything to do with, like, for instance, this KYC new policy that we've got. Smartdeck have got nothing to do with that. They have no input on that. They don't care either way, because they're not managing the exchange, they're not a partner of ours, they're just building the software. So Smartdeck won't be managing the back office when we go mainnet. We've got plans for that. I've actually set up a different company that's going to be just operating the exchange, and everything's going ahead with that. But that is not going to be Smartdeck. Smartdeck write the code, test the bugs, all that kind of thing. Next one, coming to Digitex. It's crypto, stock, metals, commodities, forex. Won't there be any problem from governments to add these markets if we don't have KYC? Again, it's kind of a grey area. I think we're going to have futures markets on certain metals and commodities and forex pairs, but they're all settled in Digitex. They're all settled in a cryptocurrency. So again, I don't know that we do need KYC to, trade cryptocurrency settled, unregulated futures contracts. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out, but I don't think that changes anything. Next question, will you now accelerate efforts to transition to fully decentralized exchange and DAO structure to ensure US cannot interfere in the operation of the exchange in the future? Like I say, I'm hoping the US don't try and physically interfere in the exchange, because we're not blatantly disobeying the rules. If they do, I would love to be fully decentralized and a DAO. It's just not that simple. It's something that we're looking into. It's just very difficult. There's research, there's active research going on still about how we can be decentralized. It's just very difficult. Apparently the technology they've figured out the math now where it kind of is possible. We've got to build the technology. I've been hearing this for a while now. I don't know. Hopefully the fully decentralized thing can come. We'll be all over it when it does. I don't know when that's actually going to happen. Same with the DAO structure. I would love to do the DAO structure. It's just going to get us in a whole bunch more regulatory hot water if I do it the way I said I was going to do it. And it's just something I don't want to deal with right now. But yes, those things are still in the plans if we can make them work. Next question, what are the withdrawal restrictions per day? Will these be able to be raised if you use it as KYC? Again, you can get around these withdrawal restrictions so easily when there are codes. We're just going to remove them, because again, what's the point of having unenforceable rules when, if it's easy for people to just get around them? Let's just be honest and just not have them. There's withdrawal restrictions on Binance, for instance. There's 2 Bitcoins a day. At the current price, that's $600,000 a month you can withdraw from Binance without doing any KYC. That's just no KYC. It's the same, right? It's no KYC. I'm not doing anything different than what the other guys are already doing. I'm just maybe saying it a little differently, but, let's just say it for what it is. It's no different. So no, there won't be withdrawal restrictions. Is there anything that we, the community, can do to spread the word? Will you be sending out shareable marketing posts for social media? There's going to be all kinds of things that you're going to be able to do. We're also going to have our refer a friend feature up there at some point. We're going to have. Don't we have a hashtag now? Is that up or not?
I'm with DFE.
Oh yeah, I am with DFE. There's one for you to be doing.
Are you with me?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Are you with me? Yeah. That's that kind of thing. If you just if you hate KYC as much as I do, if you think it just does not have a place in crypto, if you think the authorities are encroaching on us, and we need to just draw a line and say no, then just say that and put the hashtag I am with DFE. There you go.
Tell us what you think in comments.
Tell us what you think about it in general. All right then, and there'll be more marketing stuff coming. That's just for now. Next question: the total supply went from 1 billion to $999,999,999. Was Digitex Futures Exchange responsible for this burn token? No, it wasn't. I actually saw that when I was confused when that happened, and I asked the dev. Anyone can burn a token apparently. If you can send any number of Digitex tokens to the Ethereum address 0x00000, and the token isn't technically burned when you send it to there, but it ain't ever coming back. So Etherscan counts it as if it has been burned. So that's why our total supply went down by, I think it was 0.01 of a Digitex. But yeah, anyone can burn tokens anytime they want by sending them to that 0x000 wallet address. It doesn't mean anything. It means nothing at all. If someone wants to burn the tokens, go ahead. It just makes the ones that are left more valuable. Next question, how has the bug testing been going? Yeah, very good. The bug testing's been going very well. I mean, I use the platform now. I don't get any bugs. I mean, I'm seeing, a lot less bugs coming in. I just don't have the old bugs that we had. It doesn't freeze up. I don't have the problems with sometimes, trades disappearing and coming back. All that stuff's been fixed for me. So it's real stable for me, real robust. I think there's still some things there that, there always is probably, but bug testing is going very, very well. Next question, is it possible if some people will be onboarded before April 27th? Here's the thing, with the way we're going to do the mainnet launch, it's going to be the same account that you sign up for the testnet with. So the more people we can get signed up to the testnet now, when we do make the switch, there's just going to be that option for them in that same account to just, switch to mainnet or back to testnet. You're always going to be able to use the testnet, so you'll be able to just switch between mainnet and testnet. So we're kind of onboarding people now in that sense, in that those accounts are going to be the same accounts. Regarding, who's actually going to be using real money and all that kind of stuff, I don't think anyone's going to be on before April 27th. I don't know, but I don't think so. And then April 27th, I think we're going to onboard something like 20 people according to the developers, and then once that's all situated and there's no problems, then hopefully another 20, another 50, or whatever, however the developers want to do it. That's a development-led decision how the onboarding goes after April 27th. But, I'm always just going to be, G'ing them on, trying to get them to go as fast as they can, and we'll see how that goes.
Use the example of our testnet. We just
Right. Yeah, like with our testnet, we said the same thing, right? We were going to let them 50, and then we were going to let in another 50, and then 50, and we ended up doing it a lot faster because there weren't big problems. But like I say, it's the developers that decide that, so we'll see how that goes after April 27th. Next question, what are the marketing plans? Are they planned for before or after? We got big marketing plans. I'm not really going to tell you about them here because I think there's some people watching these AMEs that I don't want to tell certain things to. So I got big plans coming up. One of them is just, oh my God, it's just so good, right? You're just going to know when you see it. You're going to be like, damn, boy. Yeah, so that one's coming up. We got a bunch of stuff. We're pretty confident that we're going to hit that 1,000 signups a day. Not too far into the future. I think we can be hitting that before mainnet, maybe. I don't know yet for sure. We're scaling some stuff up, but we got some very promising marketing campaigns that are working now. We're getting a lot more into paid traffic and banners and things like that. Talking with a lot of influencers. Just got a bunch of stuff going on. I didn't realize Lydia did this spreadsheet the other day. She's got like 24 people on her marketing team now, like not anything to do with development, just marketing people for Digitex, 24 different people doing just various different things that it's like you look at the list and you're like, fucking hell. But it's really good. It's really going strong. Very excited for mainnet. Next, what will you include in the TNC to ensure that no prohibited users sign up? I don't know. Whatever the lawyer gives me, I'll just put up there. Like I say, we're just going to be blocking US IP addresses, making people state clearly that they're not a US person, that they're not in the US. Like I say, we're going to do everything that we can reasonably do to block US people. The T's and C's will say, I don't know, whatever the lawyer puts in there. Next question. Since DAO is postponed, is it possible to make the insurance fund pay some kind of interest to hodlers who lock Digitex into the Digitex DFE? No, probably not. It's not really its purpose. There will be the ability to make money from, whatever losses, system gains that are made by the system, for instance, are going to be lost to traders, maybe through trading losses, or we may use those system gains to pay for certain, market maker rebates or something along those lines. So you are going to be, if you hold Digitex, you are going to be able to, use them in some way that gives you some kind of a positive edge. But I don't think it's just going to be straight interest from the insurance fund. Will removing KYC and the new UI design have an effect on launch date? No, that doesn't affect anything. The new UI design is coming anyway, and the removing KFC is what? Oh right. Oh yeah, and removing the KYC, not the KFC, is removing KYC just makes things simpler. Actually, it makes things a lot better. It simplifies some things. And it's literally going to get us 10 times more users as well. The UI updates, they're coming along nicely. We're hoping to have the full mobile version of the new UI, not the app, but just the responsive website type thing. Full mobile version is hoping to be going up on the testnet at the start of April. So that's exciting. Yeah, I think that's going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good because when it looks nice on the mobile, we're just opening up to so many more people. And again, with the NoKYC thing, I think the mobile thing coming out is going to be huge. I'm really excited by that. And then later on, we want to turn that into a mobile app. But initially, we'll just be coming out with mobile responsive. Do you have DDoS attack prevention installed? Yeah, we've had a couple of DDoS attacks, so I don't know the exact specifics about what they're doing to prevent it. I just know that the developers are obviously up on that, and that's something they do. Just as a point of interest, most of the code that is going to be going live in Mainnet April 27th is actually being frozen very, very soon. We're not developing right up until the last day, and then we just put out whatever we can. The code that's going up to Mainnet is coming up to its freeze point right now, and for pretty much all of April, there's just going to be a lot of testing. We're not going to be actively developing that branch that's going to be put in Mainnet. It's just going to be testing. And one of those testing things is we're going to get a bunch of hackers, could put out some bug bounty thing maybe. Just try and get people to get in there, try and break it, try and DDoS it, try and steal money, just everything you can think of. So during April, when the code freeze has happened, we're going to be really putting it through its paces there regarding such things as DDoS, things like that. All right, I think that looks like all my questions actually. What's that? Nice. Wow. Right, that was half an hour. Long enough? Yeah? All right. Okay, thanks guys. Oh yeah, remember hashtag I'm with DFE. Right, well thanks very much. Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate with this AMA. I'm not trying to be reckless. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be some guy that's just, throwing bombs for no reason. I just feel like this is something we need to do. It's something I've hated KYC since the start. The incident we had with the leaking was just, that really just pushed me over the edge there. I just really wanted to get away from that happening again. I'm so sorry that happened, and I need to make sure, I need to be able to say and actually mean it that it won't happen again. And the only way I can do that is if we don't collect all that data in the first place, because I don't think we should. I don't think you should have to submit all that data to use our platform. I don't want to hold that data. I don't think it's necessary. Hopefully, we can be left to do our thing. Let's just deal with what consequences come. But I just want you to know I'm doing it from a position where I really didn't feel I had a choice, and it's just something that I feel we should do. All right then. Thanks again, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Thank you.